Good morning. Okay, let's start. So I think what we can do today with the breathing connection with the breath, first we slow down the breathing, and then what we're going to try to do is it's only going to be breathing through the nose, and it doesn't need to be forcefully, but let's do rounds of inhaling for 3 and then exhaling for as long as you can. Okay, if you can exhale for the count of 6, then we do that. And of course, because we're exhaling for longer, then the stomach is pressing in slightly, the stomach in, and that the exhaling for longer than we inhale, it helps to release toxins and to cleanse the body a little bit. Okay, but just being gentle. So bring the hands on the knees and just shake and move in any way that feels good for you. To find that center position, align the shoulders, align the neck, and close your eyes. A deep breath in and out. Helping yourself to settle in. Raising the gaze up. Relaxing the face muscles. And even though the spine and the neck are straight, but we also allow it to soften. Feeling that slightly uplifted from the top of the crown of the head. Make sure we're not holding any tension. And allowing the inhalations to come all the way towards the abdomen so it can expand. And relax as we exhale. And now is when we start inhaling for the count of 3 if it feels good for you. And exhaling for as long as you can. And start modifying gradually. And if the count of 3 seems too much at the moment, then you start with the count of 2. And then in the same way, just exhaling for as long as you can. Without holding the breath, without stopping it at any point. And with each inhalation, we have the feeling of renewing with pure air, with oxygen. And with the exhalations, full exhalation, then we notice how the system gets cleared out. Just make sure that when you exhale fully, then the movement comes from the abdomen, bringing the stomach in towards the spine, rather than with the throat. Sometimes that can create tension in the throat. So breathe in with the abdomen still, just making the exhalations slightly longer. We do 3 more rounds of breath like this. And when you finish your rounds of breath, and bring the palms together, the level of the heart, starting with a gratitude practice. Bringing that positivity into our day, feeling how abundant our life is, how many things we can appreciate. Set your intentions for this practice, for your day. Inhale and raise the palms up. Exhaling, lowering down and slowly resting the hands on your lap. And another deep breath in and out. Really feel blink, so open your eyes. Namaste. So we can stretch the legs first. So as we stretch them, so we just create a little bit of movement, bounce and shake. Move your toes. Good, and then let's lay down on the mat with the knees bent, hip width apart. Good, and then bring the arms in T-shape, shoulders pressing down, palms pressing down. Inhaling, bringing both knees towards the chest, but not too close, just more or less like hips and knees align, so we can massage more towards the hip area rather than the lower back. Going gentle if it feels a little bit tender, releasing any tension that we might have, giving a gentle massage to ourselves. And at the same time, starting to activate the side abdominal muscles. So if the knees and the feet are together, then it would be more supported. Right. And then we come back towards the center, and then we bring the legs up. Okay. And then we bend them, and with the toes pointing, we can stretch the legs out. And once they're straightened, then we bring the toes towards us. And we keep the shoulders and the arms actively pressing down on the mat. When we stretch the legs, there's a curve on the spine, probably, and that's absolutely fine. But the shoulders, chin to the chest, and the hands in contact the whole time. And then bend the knees, inhaling, and raise them up, keeping the feet and the knees together. Good, and then exhaling, bend the knees, toes pointing, stretch, and toes towards you. Good, again, inhale, lifting, exhale, bending and stretching, toes towards you. One more inhale, and exhale. Good, and then from there, we open about hip width apart with the feet, bringing the toes towards you, and then exhaling, extend. You're not keeping them straight on the floor. Inhaling, flex. Exhaling, extend. It's just an ankle stretch, but we keep the upper body active, pressing down with the shoulders, with arms, same as before. One more inhale and exhale. And then we bring the sole of the feet touching together with the knees to the sides in that laying down Baddha Konasana. And to make it more comfortable, then we allow the spine to arch a little bit more so the shoulders can come a little bit closer to the hips. And then we can place the hands on the groin, on the pelvis, just so we keep a little bit of warmth in that area as we are stretching in that passive stretch. Feel safe. And then we can relax a little bit more. But if you're still a little bit not so comfortable, then we bring the toes touching together. Good, and then with the next inhalation, we bring the knees together, and this time we bring the knees to the chest as much as you can, rubbing around with the arms and rock side to side. Good, and then we roll on the right side. Good, and then use your arms to come to tabletop. Line the hands, the arms, the knees, stretch the toes. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to do 4 rounds of normal cat-cow. Inhaling, arching and looking out, and exhaling round, chin to chest. Good, inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more, inhale, exhale. And then we tuck the toes under, and then we do a similar thing. We're going to do a sequence. So inhaling, leaning forward, arching, exhaling, rounding, and bringing the whole weight back and coming on downward facing dog. And then tip toes, bring both knees down, inhaling a little bit forward, exhaling round and all the way back. It again, tip toes down, inhale, exhale. And last one, tip toes, knees down, inhale, exhale, round. And now in that downward facing dog, if it's on your practice, bring one step forward with both feet, soften the elbows, relax the shoulders, and then walk forward towards your hands. And then from there, you're going to bring the hands on the instep and try from there to straighten the spine. If for that we need to bend the knees and bring the hips back, then we do that. Try to have the shoulders back, the stomach in, bending the knees as much as you need to so the hands are touching the insteps. And then from there, we can switch hands, touching the instep, and then we bend the opposite knee and bring the hand up. Breathe slowly. Feel the stretch of one of the hamstrings. Relax the jaw. And with the next exhalation, we bring the hand down and then we swap. Then we bend the opposite knee, not the one the foot that we're touching, but the opposite, and then inhale and raise up, twisting with the shoulders. And keep breathing there. 2 more rounds of breath. Yes. And when you finish your 2 rounds of breath, as you exhale, then you bring the hands down, bend the knees, bring the hands on the hips, shoulders back and down, and inhale, start coming up. Shoulders back and down a couple of times, and another couple forward. And then shake the legs. Good, and from the top of the mat, sideways, we open about 1 meter apart. And we're just going to twist with the hips, keeping the feet aligned soften the knees, and then tilt the hips to one side, but try to keep the toes in place. You might feel like the weight is transferring more to one side of the foot, but just try not to move the toes. And then inhaling, come back to center, and exhaling to the other side. Good, inhale, exhale, and back to center, inhale, and exhale. Good, and then we do the same thing, but as we inhale, we position the feet. The back foot 35 degrees, the front one 90 degrees, and then we twist. Good, and then inhaling, coming back to center, first with the hips, then with the toes, and exhaling. Good, inhaling back to center, exhaling the other way. Use your hands to try to twist it. Good, and then inhale and exhale. Very good. And now come back to center, and we're going to do the same thing, but this time when we are on each side, we're going to lean forward. So inhaling, exhaling, leaning forward. So we don't need to go very low, but try to see if you can bring the shoulders and the hips aligned. Shoulders back, and again feeling that stretch on the hamstrings. Conquering the balance. Especially the front knee is soft. The leg is straightened, but the knee is soft because it's carrying weight. And then inhaling, start coming up slowly. And exhaling to the other one, the other side. Very good. Keep breathing there. Shoulders back. Stomach in. And again, now the opposite knee, the one that is carrying most of the weight, make sure that it's soft. The toes active, pressing down. One more round of breath. Okay, and then inhaling, coming up slowly. Exhaling back to center, onto the top of the mat. And then shake. Good. And then we're all going to grab the blanket and have it near us. If you need to leave, Carol, then you can do your savasana. And for everyone else, we're going to do a couple of exercises from here, from the mat. So bringing the feet together in that Baddha Konasana. Bring the hands in front of you with the fingertips. Round the spine, bring the chin to the chest, and keep crawling with the fingertips away from you. So if you feel like the coming forward is not happening very much, then rather than keep the hands in front of you, then keep them to the sides. And then it feels a little bit more free. We can relax the neck. Breathe slowly. And then inhaling and come up. And we keep the right knee folded and the opposite leg we straighten out. And now we tilt towards that bend knee, keeping the toes active. And then we're going to bend towards that knee. With the hands at least shoulder width apart, bending the elbows. Good. Leg active. We should notice the inner thigh engaged. Surrendering, if we can, or supporting with the arms. Let's make sure that there's no tension on it. The eyes are closed, the gaze is up. And then inhaling, pushing with the arms and coming up. And then walking with the hands quite low towards the straightened leg. And so we can cross the arms to hold whatever it is, whether it's on the calf, the ankle, or the feet, keeping the toes towards you and feeling the stretch from the lumbar area all the way on the side. Breathing slowly. Making sure the jaw is relaxed. And then inhaling, lifting just the head, and then keeping the same side arm holding the foot, and then the other hand comes up. And then exhaling, lowering the hand to the back. Inhaling, bring the opposite arm up. And looking up if possible. And then exhaling, bringing the hand forward and up. Good. And then exhaling, rotating, inhaling, lifting. And one more, exhaling and inhaling. Good. And then straighten and come back to center. Very good. Now stretch, bounce and shake. And then we do the other side, just twisting so you can see you. So from here, with the knee bent, we lean towards them, keeping the toes active, surrendering down as much as you can. Breathing nice and long. If you don't feel the work on the inner thigh, it's because you can still engage a little bit more with the toes, with that ankle flex. And then with the next inhalation, slowly push with the hands to come up, and then bending forward on that straightened leg. Crossing the arms, holding whatever you can, bringing the toes towards you. And when we cross the arms, then the elbows are a little bit more bent, and that helps us to pull ourselves just a little bit more. As long as it's not painful on the hamstrings, then we'll be fine. And then hold with the same arm, and then inhaling, bring the opposite up. And then exhaling, forward rotation. Inhaling, bring it up. Exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. Okay, and then from here, we stretch. And then inhaling, bring the arm up. And I've done it the opposite again, because we did it from here. Let's do this rotation again. Inhaling, we're going to do 3 forward. Exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. And now we're going to do another 3 from here back. Exhale. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. and one, and out. Good, and then we're going to do the rotation with the other one. So we bring the balance, so change the legs. Just because I did it wrong, so we've got the same movement in both shoulders. So lean slightly towards the arm with the elbow soft, raising up, keep the toes active, and then rotation towards the back, and then forward. Inhaling, lifting, exhaling, lowering. Inhale, exhale, and then up, inhale, and then exhaling, release down. Good, and bring the feet together, the arms behind, bouncing up and down, bringing the chin to the chest. And then from there we stop that bouncing, and we grab the blanket. We stretch the legs, and if you feel like as you stretch them there is any kind of tension around the inner thighs or the thighs or the hips, then just bounce them and shake them just to let go, to feel comfortable in your savasana. Stretch the arms, relax the jaw, bring the gaze up. And start to settle down. Making your savasana as comfortable as possible. Relaxing your body completely. Letting go of any control, including the breath. And as we keep the gaze up, the only thing that is more in control is the mind. We don't need to try, we just happen. We trust on the process. The recovery as we rest. And we just be there for a couple of minutes. And then gently start wiggling your toes and your fingers. Breathing more deeply. Inhaling, bring the feet together. And bend the knees one at a time, lengthening the spine. Rolling on the right side. When you're ready, use your arms to bring you out to the sitting position. Keeping your eyes closed, spine straight. Inhaling and bring the palms together at the level of the heart. And we'll sing one arm as a way of closing the session, as a way of union. Inhale deeply. Inhale and exhale. With the next inhalation, bring the thumbs to the third eye with the right thoughts. Exhale. Inhaling, bring them closer to the mouth with the right word, the right say, and exhale. And inhale and bring them closer to the heart center with the right feelings and compassion. And if you can, so open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on